think baseball is slow-paced or repetitive? These clips prove otherwise. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 baseball freakouts.
And he is really letting Mark Wegner have it. Just kick dirt on him.
Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we're looking at the funniest, most shocking, and/or notable freakouts in baseball history. We're only including clips from the MLB, so the minors will not be included, despite having some historic freakouts of their own.
You ain't gonna knock nobody on his ass.
You do it again and I'll knock you right in your nose.
I didn't touch you.
You pushed your finger.
I did not.
Number 10. Nolan Ryan versus Ventura.
Look at this.
Seemingly intentional hits are always good for a bench clearing. August 4th, 1993 will be a day that lives in baseball history, as that was the day of the famous Ventura-Ryan bout. In the third inning, pitcher Nolan Ryan pegged Ventura in the elbow, causing Ventura to charge the mound. Nolan Ryan then put Ventura in a headlock and beat the snot out of him before the benches cleared and all hell broke loose. It's one of baseball's most famous brawls, and the image of the 46-year-old Ryan holding Ventura in a headlock remains one of baseball's most iconic images.
Delayed for a second, there they go.
Number 9. Billy Martin throws dirt at the umpire.
The second base umpire calls a save. Rick Reed, he was behind the first base umpire's play. Yes, it is.
Well, that's one way to get yourself in serious trouble. Yankees manager Billy Martin was known for his temper and volatile personality, and that was on full display on May 30th, 1988, during a game against the Oakland Athletics.
And you can see Billy Martin is hot. I don't blame him. He's got a reason to be hot.
A call was made that Martin didn't agree with, causing him to charge the field and vehemently argue with the umpires. After being ejected, Martin kicked dirt on the umpire's shoes and even tossed a handful at his chest. Physically confronting the umpires is a big no-no in baseball, and this incident resulted in a 3-game suspension and $1,000 fine for the Yankees manager.
Billy's going to catch a little something right there for picking up the dirt and throwing it.
Number 8. Tommy Lasorda versus the Phillie Phanatic.
He's out there as the Phillie Phanatic has a stuffed mannequin of a Dodger, and Tommy trying to get that Phanatic close.
It seems like Dodgers manager Tommy Lasorda doesn't like mascots very much. If he's not getting former Montreal Expos mascot Youppi tossed from a game for sitting on his dugout, he's beating up the beloved Phillie Phanatic. After the Phanatic taunted Lasorda with a stuffed mannequin of himself in August 1988, Lasorda charged at the character, knocking him over and smacking him with the mannequin before angrily storming off. It's one of baseball's most surreal images, and is arguably Lasorda's most iconic moment, which is really saying something. These were the days when managers could really let loose and put on a good show. If this happened today, Lasorda would be in for a world of trouble.
He said, "You don't make fun of me or my ball club."
Number 7. Roger Clemens throws a broken bat at Mike Piazza.
The barrel of the bat comes back at Roger Clemens, and he fires the bat back toward Piazza, who is going down the first baseline.
The World Series is a time of tension and high stress for all players involved, but it doesn't excuse bad behavior. In Game 2 of the 2000 World Series, a piece of Piazza's broken bat made its way over to Clemens. Perhaps seeing it as an act of aggression, Clemens threw the jagged, sharp piece of wood back at Piazza as he ran towards first, causing the benches to clear. Clemens would later say that his energy and excitement made him initially believe that the bat was the ball, and that he was never aiming at Piazza. Suffice it to say, people were skeptical of this explanation.
Piazza has every right to be upset. Wow.
Number 6. Jonathan Papelbon attacks Bryce Harper.
There is something going on in the dugout.
There's arguing with a teammate over a questionable decision, and then there's blatantly attacking them and putting them in a chokehold. Bryce Harper has given us many dramatic moments throughout the years, and while Harper charging Hunter Strickland is a notable freakout, the famous Papelbon debacle is the one that makes our list. After a brief argument with Harper, Papelbon choked Harper and pushed him against the wall by the neck. It was a shocking and extremely personal act of violence that horrified viewers and professionals alike. The Nationals ended up suspending Papelbon for 4 games, effectively ending his 2015 season.
I got a lot to play for the next 6 games, so, just worried about that.
Number 5, Jose Bautista versus Rougned Odor.
Bautista picked on the wrong guy as Odor came right at him.
Tensions between the Blue Jays and the Rangers were extremely high in 2016. It mostly began in the 2015 ALDS, when Blue Jay Jose Bautista flipped his bat after hitting a home run, which some people argue was an unnecessary sign of pride. Tensions then boiled over in May 2016 when Bautista intentionally slid into Rougned Odor. Odor decked Bautista in the face and the benches cleared, resulting in at least 6 ejections. It was a total mess, but it sure got people's attention. Sometimes you just know when a moment will go down in history, and the image of Odor clocking Bautista will certainly be remembered for years to come.
You don't normally see that kind of fight in a Major League game, but you did today.
Number 4, Priss annihilates the ice chest. Poor ice chest. It was just minding its own business until Sale came along after he gave up 8 runs in 2013. First, Sale smacked it a few times with his mitt. Then he wailed on it like he was King Kong before finally punching it into oblivion. It was clearly a bad moment for him, but it's always entertaining to watch a great cathartic beatdown of an inanimate object. And this is one for the ages. Not done with inanimate objects, Sale would later cut up throwback White Sox jerseys with a knife during batting practice because he didn't want the team wearing them. Number 3, Big Papi destroys the dugout phone.
Ortiz ends up striking out.
The lesson learned here? Don't piss off one of the biggest guys in baseball. In 2013, David Ortiz wasn't so thrilled with the home plate umpire's calls. So after striking out, Big Papi returned to the dugout and completely obliterated the dugout phone with his bat in an act of terrifying aggression.
Wow. I don't think that phone's going to work anymore.
You know it's bad when your own teammates are literally cowering in fear behind a towel and yelling at you for your behavior. Baseball is usually a pretty chill sport, but it can also be plenty scary when the emotions or shards of broken telephones start to fly.
Yeah, your phone wouldn't work, my phone wouldn't work, but that thing still works.
Number 2, Pedro Martinez takes down Don Zimmer.
And Martinez now pointing, that's the wrong thing to do.
The 2003 ALCS was extremely tense, and it unfortunately boiled over in one of the most infamous incidents of the decade. The game was full of offensive physical attacks, but all hell finally broke loose when Roger Clemens threw at Manny Ramirez. This resulted in cleared benches, and things took a nasty turn when 72-year-old coach Don Zimmer charged Pedro Martinez. Martinez sidestepped him and took him to the ground, resulting in a 13-minute delay and an end to all beer sales.
Oh my goodness.
According to Martinez, this incident permanently colored his reputation, as many people saw him as the man who took down a 72-year-old rather than the all-star pitcher that he was.
That was absolutely awful.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick, here are some honorable mentions.
That is, without question, as animated as we have seen Brad Ausmus, let alone the whole jersey thing there. But
it's a 4-2 lead for the Giants. Wilson came out of the game, and he was just a wee bit upset.
He's going to pick up first base a la Lou Piniella. And he's walking away with the first base bag. But this time he doesn't turn and throw it, at least not yet. McClendon walking with the first base bag underneath his left arm.
Number 1, the Pine Tar incident.
That's gone.
Baseball history was made on July 24th, 1983. The Royals' George Brett hit a 2-run home run to put his team in the lead. However, upon further inspection, his bat was found to have too much pine tar on the handle. Pine tar is a sticky substance that helps batters grip the bat. When called out for the transgression, Brett slid into a bloodthirsty frenzy and needed to be physically restrained from attacking the umpire.
Well, he's out. Yes, sir. Brett is out. Look at this. Brett is out. And he's steaming mad. He is out.
In the end, after the Royals ended up protesting their loss, they replayed the game, and the Royals won, meaning Brett's temper tantrum was for naught. The bat itself currently resides in the Baseball Hall of Fame, a relic from one of the most famous games and freakouts in baseball history.
Whoever has the bat, Jose Martinez is holding Brett. Bobby, I've never seen this in my life.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo and subscribe for new videos every day.